talking about. I mean, hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, move in here and move in right and make your desperado. Alright, yeah, desperado. Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're good. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, special welcome to you. Today I just want to say a grateful, appreciative thank you to all my 100 subscribers. Yeah, we got 100. We got 100. You know. And if you're new, please subscribe to my channel. But I mean, if you're not forced to, but if the spirit leads you to, please subscribe. And just for you to know before you can subscribe, my channel is all about just me sharing my opinions with people and the things that I come across in life, and a few things here and there. So yeah, that's what my channel is all about. It's all about me sharing with you guys what I think about life, but the aim is just to share across educational lessons, something new for you to learn, something of that sort. So I'm really excited today. So on my desperado dance, that's what I used to do back in that's what we used to do back in secondary school. So it took me back to those days, and I thought I share with you guys one of the things that I learned that have stuck with me throughout after secondary school. You can see I've just been loving my hair. This hair, shout out to Sis Gladys for doing my hair. Please check her out on Instagram. Her name is Fi Gladys, or Gladys Hair Salon on Instagram. And yeah, ensure her love and support. And if you want her to do your hair, she's also available for home calls. And yeah, she can come and do your hair and make you look and feel. My hair, it's a mix of colors, because I'm dark. Why must I do one color, Okay, let's talk about my hair. Okay, let's talk about today. Today I want to share with you guys something, okay? So it's a little something that has a story to it. So this thing happened in secondary school while I was in Seeker. So there was this one, even during prep, I was among the noise makers. I think I was in Form 2 or Form 3, somewhere around there. And then the prep supervisor, she gave us a punishment, everybody whose name was on the list, and then she told us that she gave each and every one of us a verse or a passage in the Bible to go memorize and cram off head. And the following day, I think we had to come back and then say it to her, because that was the punishment according to her for making noise. I don't really think I was making noise, but it was what it is. So she gave me this passage. It was Psalms 127. Guys, that passage, I'm not so much like a Bible. Well, I grew up in a Christian home, but that passage has been like one of the best passages I've ever had in my life. I felt like God spoke to that prep supervisor and be like, give this child that passage.
Let's take a break, and if you're enjoying the video, give it a thumbs up.
So today I thought I'd share with you guys that and the lessons that I have learned from that passage. So today I want to share with you guys, it's a Sunday, it's a gospel day, so I know it's lockdown, we're not going to church, we're at home, and maybe you are feeling disconnected from God, or you feel like you're drifting away from God. So this passage, basically, it's just to motivate your soul. So let's get right into the passage. Okay, so the passage, oh my god guys, I've got don't mind me, I've got a lot of let me just open the passage while I'm talking. So I've got okay, here we go. So I don't think you all can see it, but this is the good news. I've got two Bibles. The one is the good news because it's old. Give me the old time religion. It's the old time religion. So the passage at Psalms 127, but we focus on verses 1 and 2. Psalms 127, and just saying it off head because I still remember it like cramming. Crammers rule, we do the things. It says, unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. It is in vain that you rise up early and go late to read. It's in the bread of ancestral, for lo, he gives sleep to his beloved. Okay, so that was from the Revised Standard Version. Yeah, that was the one we had at school back then. So I'm gonna share with you guys from the good news. And the good news says, if the Lord does not build the house, the work of the builder is useless. If the Lord does not protect the city, it is useless for the sentries to stand guard. It is useless to work so hard for a living, get up early and going to bed late. For the Lord provides for those he loves while they are asleep. Okay, that's Psalms 127 verses 1 and 2. So like the main thing is just saying that unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. I mean, like, I know I keep saying it over and over and over, like I can't get over it. And it has really helped me in my life to say, whatever I do, I have always had to put God first. Like whatever plans you have, I know now in lockdown, like your purpose or like your plans for like maybe the years to come, they've gone astray or you've like stringed them along. But whatever plans, I just want to encourage you, like whatever plan that you have, whatever thing that you want to do, is it buying a house, buying a car, doing whatever, is it in your education, is it in whatever you want, whatever plan that you want, I really want to encourage you to involve God into it, because I've done it several times and it has really proven to be fruitful in my life. It has really proven to be good, because even like with this YouTube, I always said I wanted to until I had to pray and I was like, you know what, God, this thing I want to do it, and just give me the grace, the strength when I feel like I don't want to do it, but still yet somewhere inside, in my heart, I just find that motivation to say, you know what, share the word with the people. So yeah, it's just saying that, it's just encouraging you, unless the Lord builds the house. A lot of times maybe you're doing something and it doesn't work out and you're like, but why isn't this thing working out? Or it could be working out from the start and you're like, but now what is happening? Even in your relationship, your friendships, your family ship, whatever ship you have, good to involve God in it, because at the center of it all, he's there, because even the main thing that I want to say is, like, if when you involve God in your plans, I mean, he's going to guide them through. Like also we know from Jeremiah 29 verse 11, it says, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to fail you. Let's just read that quickly. Jeremiah 29:11, it says, I alone know the plans I have for you, plans to bring you prosperity and not disaster, plans to bring about the future you hope for, plans to bring you the future you hope for. I mean, everything that we want to do, I really want to encourage everybody, whoever's watching this video, get God into your plans, get God and say, God, I know I've gone astray. I'm not really a big on prayer person, but I just believe that whatever I tell God in my heart, you don't really have to be like, pray so hard. Like if you say it in your heart, when they say when you believe in your heart and say it and confess it with your mouth, if you say, God, you know what, this thing I'm doing, please help me. And some of the things you need to go like through serious prayers or through fasting. But today I'm just going to encourage everybody, whatever you want to do, whatever you're doing, whatever decision you want to take, involve God in it, for he knows the plans he has for us, plans to prosper us, plans for our good. It doesn't mean that bad things will not come your way. Bad things will obviously come your way, but the moment God is involved in your plan, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You see a future, you see that thing. Go to, at the end of the day, amasango bazovuleka. Is there a vuleka? I don't know. Yeah. Skies are gonna open. There's gonna be a future. There's gonna be hope. So I really want to encourage everyone to like really put, God into their plans. And even a perfect example we can look at is Jesus. Jesus, when he was in the desert, when he was praying, and in Luke 22 verse 42. So we're just gonna look at that really quick. Luke 22 verse 42. Jesus said, Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will but yours be done. This was when Jesus was going this was when Jesus was about to be crucified or about to be captured, and he went to the desert with his disciples to pray, and he was like, Father, this cup is heavy for me, but yet not my will be done but your will be done. If Jesus himself, who is the Son of God, could say, God, let your will be done. And I mean, we all know the story of Jesus, although he prayed but he was crucified. That was the will of God. And I just want to encourage someone, like whatever you're going through, whatever your plans are, really involve God in it. And to me, like I'm so big on this thing that whenever I pray or whatever I pray, I always say, like, Lord, not my will be done but let your will be done, because that was one thing that Jesus did in Luke 22 verse 42, and also in Jeremiah 29 verse 11. He says, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to fail you. And like that last part, like it kills me, where it says plans to bring about the future you hope for, plans to bring about the future you hope for. So guys, I really want to encourage everybody, involve God in your plans, involve God in your short-term goals, involve God in your long-term goals. Whatever you want in this life, involve God in it. Because for me, I have involved him, and it's been wonderful. It's been an amazing. I mean, look at me here. I'm at 100 subscribers. What are you talking about? I mean, like, yeah. So involve God in your plans, involve God in your decisions, involve God in everything you do. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna leave earth, but just the fact that you did life, like you walk through life with God, you know, everything works well. Even people who've got beautiful marriages, people who are successful, you know, ask them and they will tell you there's a guy called God. There is a guy that we pray to and we say, Lord Jesus, you know. So that was just my little thing to share with you all. Thank you all so much. Like, guys, my heart is filled with joy. I'm super grateful because sometimes I really feel like reluctant to upload, but yeah, just seeing 100 subscribers, I'm happy. And Clizzy M is like, dude, yeah, I'm really happy. Thank you all so much for subscribing. And also, you're encouraged to subscribe so that words like this, encouraging words like this, you know, you can come across. And also put on your notification button so that when I upload, I don't need to tell you, hey, please please check out my video, you know. And also, if you think this video was helpful, useful to you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you know someone that needs a word like this, please share it. And take care, sanitize, wash your hands, isolate, and involve God in your plans. We out of here. Move in here and move in right and make her desperado. Alright. Yeah? Desperado. If you loved my video and enjoyed, please subscribe and put on your notification button.